What's up guys, right here. This is part 4 of stats and levels. This will be like NPC, when you kill an NPC that will give you XP. And they'll also like respawn as well. So this will be like a short video. Well, nah, I don't think it's gonna be like short, but semi short. So what you want to do, right, is this is gonna be my NPC. I'll just name him NPC. You want to make a server script, and we want to call it npc underscore, don't want to do handler. So this will handle like when the NPC dies and respawns, and also like the attack, like giving players like exp. So let's do this. We want to start off doing is we want to reference the NPC. So local NPC is equal to script.parent, not that, parent. Then we want to make a variable called respawn time, and this will be how long it takes for the NPC to respawn. I'm gonna just do like 5 seconds. Next, we need to reference the humanoid of the NPC. So we're gonna do humanoid is equal to NPC wait for child humanoid, right? Do you want to do humanoid.died connect function, right? Now we want to clone the NPC, so we're gonna call this npc clone, right? npc underscore clone, and you want to do npc clone, right? So this will allow like us to store a copy of the NPC, and then when it dies, right, we will need to I'm gonna put a comment right here. This will be where we manage who attacked the NPC. What we want to do is we want to wait the respawn time, right? And then after the respawn time, we want to do NPC clone dot parent is equal to workspace, and then we want to do NPC dot destroy. Sorry for the red cut. So yeah, this will handle it. So this waits the respawn time, so like it takes 5 seconds, and then the NPC spawns back into the place and it destroys the old NPC. So now that we have that, if we test this real quick, and I'm going to modify my damage real quick so you can see, so I don't like take too long trying to kill the dump. Oh wait, it's already 10. Okay, it should be 100, 500 health. No, that's still 100 health. 100 health right there. Well, let's test this. Alright, let's kill the NPC. Why is it not killing the NPC? Oh, it has block action. I'm like, yo, why is it not dying? Alright, now, when we test, bam, so let's kill the NPC. I almost cringe at this because like I worked on like another like combat system, like more advanced than this, and like this just seems like super bad compared to it. But yeah, that's working. And then it respawns right there again. Yes sir. Okay, so now we gotta respawn an NPC. Let me just do something real quick. Stamina. Okay, so that's a bug. I seen like a comment on that, so let me fix that as well. So I'm guessing it's in the starter GUI, the HUD, and player info. Actually, no, it's gonna be outside of this. Is it a server scripts and then points behavior? Yes, it is. Okay, this part. So what we need to do is I'm gonna make an else statement. Else if name is equal to stamina, then I'm gonna do local stamina is equal to player stats wait for child stamina, right? And then local max stamina is equal to player stats. Is it max stamina with a capital M and S? Yeah. So let me go back to point behavior. So we have to reference these two, right? And then you have to set stamina dot value is equal to what is it? Why am I just being retarded? Come on, mount, because it says that current stat dot value. Actually, no, we want to do current stat dot value, not amount. And also max dot value is equal to that. What is it as well? Let me just move it up there just to be like that. So then when we test this, the bar shouldn't go like past the line, and it shouldn't be like broken and stuff like that. Let's just test this. Let's put 30 points in, and bam, doesn't go over, but it keeps that the same size. Okay. What else are we doing here? Okay, so inside, let me close these out. I want to open up the combat system, right? And I want to go down to the dot touch function, and I want to ignore the block part, right? And what I want to do is alright, I'm gonna ignore the block part, right? And then come down here after it takes damage. So what I want to do is if not enemy humanoid, find first child player dot name concatenate attacker, right? So I'm gonna put string values inside of the enemy's humanoid. Let me just make sure that there shouldn't be like any values inside of the humanoid. And I also want to do another thing, but I'll check that after. What is it? So if it doesn't find that, then it will be local attacker. You'll probably remember this from like an old series that I did for stats and levels. But this will be better because they'll be able to pick up all the people that like hit the dummy and stuff. So or like the NPC. So local attacker is equal to instance dot new string value, and then we're gonna parent it to the enemy humanoid. Attacker dot name is equal to the same part, so player dot name concatenate string, and I'll like zoom in just so you can see. So if not enemy humanoid, find first child, player dot name concatenate attacker with a space here, so it's like spaced out, and we just checking for attacker. I'm going to put attacker in there. Then we're gonna scroll up to the top. We still have the breeze, okay. So we're gonna come back, right? I'm gonna do the breeze, add item, not wait for child. Add item, attacker, and then let's say 5 seconds. So this goes away after 5 seconds if the NPC is not attacked by the player within that time frame. And then else if, so this is gonna dictate if it does find an attacker, right? What it's gonna do is, well, not else if, let's do else. If it does find the player's attacker string value there, right? It's going to, we're gonna do local previous attacker is equal to enemy humanoid, and then we could just copy this line right here. Enemy humanoid found first child, that, and then we want to do previous attacker destroy. And actually I'll do the breeze, right? Add item, because I don't want it to error just in case it goes away as soon as we pick it up. So we're just gonna use the breeze so we don't have any errors, and we're just gonna put 0.1, and then we could just do copy that, paste that right there, and then bam, that works. So now we want to make sure that the players that's getting the attacker are not like actual players in the game. What do we want to do? I need to find, like, I need to do this. Scroll up at the top, and under here we're gonna do local players. So this is all the players in the game. Get service players, right? And then we want to use if not players dot get player from character enemy humanoid dot parent. So enemy humanoid dot parent, or the parent of the humanoid, is the character, or like the thing that you see in workspace of that player, which is, you know, the character. So if it doesn't find like the thing that you're attacking in players, then we can do this, right? We can copy this, we can remove that, and paste it back in there inside of this if statement, so it looks like that. So this way only NPCs, dummies, can receive attacker value for XP, right? So we got this, right? This part. So what we want to do is go back into our NPC, click on NPC handler. So now I'm going to teach you a bit about tables. A table, think of a table as a list, but also like, actually, yeah, I'll say like a big list. All right, and they can also be called arrays. But I'm gonna just keep this like short and sweet, so, and like understandable, so it doesn't like cloud your head. Like module scripts use this, and like tables is like your best friend, bro. Like when you get more advanced in scripting, like you're gonna be using tables a lot. So what we want to do is get players attack. We're gonna name this like table players attacked is equal to two of these like squiggly lines. So if you like see on your keyboard next to P, you got this button, and it gives you the two square brackets. You want to shift click that, and you'll get the squiggly line, right? So that's a table. We made a table. Next we want to do is run a loop, right? So this will pick up all the attacker objects that's inside the NPC's humanoid, right? And I just noticed that I'm gonna have to change this. So to make it easier, just remove the concatenate attacker part, right? We're just gonna keep it as the player name because we can differentiate it between like the values that's in the humanoid, because like there's like number values in the humanoid and these are string values, so we can use that to our advantage. um so we got that removed. It should look like this. Now go back here, right? I'm gonna do 4 underscore because we don't need I, but if we did need I, then we will put I there, but since we don't need it, I'm just do underscore 4 underscore colon, not colon, comma, players in pairs, right? um what else do I want to do? Yeah, I see. Go ahead and do humanoid, get children, right? Do. So we have our loop, and this will run the loop through the humanoid, like everything that's inside the humanoid. We also want to reference players, right? So go to game, get service, like we did in the combat system at the top right here. With that same line here. Then what we want to do is if players dot, or not dot, colon is a string value. So you see how we made the attacker a string value so we can differentiate it. Then what we want to do is we want to find the player. So local player found. So we're gonna just call it player found is equal to players dot find first child players dot name, right? And you're probably wondering why didn't I just use get player from character? Is because we're using a string, we're using a string's name. We could use an object value, which could make it just a bit easier, but I'm gonna just stick with the strings for now. Players find first child, players name. So then we want to do is if player found. So if that's an actual player, or like the player hasn't left the game and they're still present in the players section, then we want to get their stats. So player stats, yeah, player stats is equal to player found find first child player stats. If player stats, then alright, so we want to get to XP, so we need to reference the XP value. So local XP is equal to let's say, not let's say, it's player stats find first child EXP, if EXP then, and I'm just using these if statements so that we don't get like too many errors. I'm gonna just put some spaces in between just to make it easily readable for you guys. No, that looks weird. Alright, so at this point, if you want the NPCs to give points as well, you can do local points. and then blah blah blah, player stats, find first child, and then points instead of XP right here. And then you could just do if XP and points, then and blah blah blah. You can like continue the script like that, but I'm gonna just give XP right now. So we found the XP object. XP dot value is plus equal. So what this means, I could actually show you a different, what do I don't want to say like a different way, but like a what is it called? It's just like a smaller way of doing it, a different thing. We're doing the same thing. So let's go up here. We're gonna say local XP given. So let's say it gives like 25 XP per NPC, right? So then we're gonna do XP dot value plus equals XP given, right? So this is just short for saying XP dot value is equal to XP dot value plus XP given, right? It's just short for that. You see how like it just like pretty much replaces all of this right here and just put that. So yeah, that's what it does. And we can test this. So let's just do that. Save. Always save like your studio, because sometimes they'll be like updating it and you might lose your progress. So just always save, like every few minutes or so. Alright, let's test it. So let's beat the NPC. Bam, 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 right? And it gave me XP right here, right? And now let's just pay attention to it again. So I'm just gonna beat up the NPC. Bam, 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 and it gave me XP. So that's how you make a NPC that gives XP. And also like a stamina fix, because I noticed there was some comments saying that it should be like that. What do I want to do? I think this is it. Yeah, this is it. So the XP is given when you beat a thing, like an NPC, and it also keeps track of everyone that beats it. So everybody gets the XP within like that 5-second range of hitting and attacking the NPC. What else? We fixed stamina. That's pretty much it. So if you enjoyed this video, hit the like, sub, share. I'll do part 5 for this, like combat plus like stats and tutorial. Like I'm gonna turn this into like a little mini game type thing I can use. So part 5 will be quests, like a basic quest, like you talk to an NPC and they tell you to kill like, you know, such and such and do whatever, or just like pick up an item or whatever. We'll decide. Yeah, decide actually. You want like an NPC that tells you to beat like 5 bandits or whatever, or do you want like a quest that's just like pick up this and you get that, or do you want both? Let me know in the comments down below. And thanks for watching.